Hi, this is Pujit Bhargav, Microsoft student partner, and today I am going to explain about designing Windows Phone 8 apps. So, designing apps is not a coding task anymore with the Visual Studios 2012. It is a form of your expression, how you can express your ideas, your creativity into the applications. It is a very great power that any developer can have in order to create something that is just awesome. Through this tool, you can achieve all those things which you wish to achieve. All I say is, with Will Vision and Visual Studios, everything is possible. So let's get started with our task. Here is our agenda. So what we are going to have in next 10 minutes is we are going to learn how to plan an app. We are going to get introduced to XAML, that is XAML layout. We are going to get introduced to styles and themes. Now regarding app development, rather than skipping to development, it is always a great thing to plan it first. So let's take a look on how to plan apps. Planning an app. Before carrying out any task, we are always suggested to plan it first. For example, in our colleges, when we start our code development process in suppose C language or C++ language, our teachers always suggest us to first write an algorithm or draw a flowchart because it gives us an insight of what we are actually planning to do. For example, when we are planning an app, then we can think about what the user is looking at, what piece of information he will be targeting, because he will be opening the app for 5 quick minutes and he will try to bring out the information that he requires. Hence, in such cases, planning gives us an extra added advantage. For example, in the case of this example, Contessor cookbook, this is a great work of planning. Before starting the app, this app was planned in the following way. Images were planned along with some text, and when you click on a text, you will be navigated to the next screen where you will have a couple of other images and text, and if you click that, then you will be given some other screen and pivot screens will be added according to the requirement. But this is an example of a very good planning. The developer must understand that planning is not only about how to navigate to pages, but it is also about what is the content that is to be kept on each and every specific page of the app. For example, on the main page, you are supposed to keep the regions. For example, in the first box, you should keep like Indian flag along with India written next to it, and then an American flag written with US written next to it, and France, Russia, and so on, so that whenever somebody clicks on the corresponding text, you should take him to a pivot page where he can select what he wants in the Indian category, so that he can have the specific information that he is looking for. Now you have planned your content. So next step is plan how you will reach the content. That is, you should plan navigation also. While planning navigation, you should keep in mind that it should not be very clumsy. The users should easily understand that what is about to come and how to reach some specific set of pages. For example, if you keep regions and after that the recipe details and you skip on some pages, so that will create a kind of mess up. Hence, it is very important to keep the navigation very simple and user friendly. Complication of app is not generally due to the code, but it is due to the UI, that is user interface. The simple user interface you use, the simpler the app would look, and the more publicity or the more acceptance it will get from the users, because it would be really easy to use and the users will get whatever information they require within few seconds. Now we have our content and we know how to keep our app neat and clean, and we have also planned it. So next thing is what tools we do require. So uh, to carry out this task, we basically need a Windows Phone 8 SDK. SDK means Software Development Kit, which is available free of cost from the DreamSpark website, or you can download it from MSDN. You can install it. Uh, there are some specific requirements to install this SDK, which are basically you should have a 64-bit operating system, and your computer should support hardware virtualization, which is essential for Hyper-V feature, which is in turn essential to boot your Windows Phone 8 emulator. Now you have tools and you have a clear-cut idea of how to develop your app. So what do you require now? Now, if you are a designer, you have an option. If you are a developer, you have another option. So let us take a look at what those options are. For designers, there is a component in Windows Phone 8 SDK called Blend. It is generally called Expression Blend. So what is this Expression Blend? Expression Blend is a tool which is used for graphical development of the app. For example, the images and like 3D effects and animations and such things can be developed using the Blend. So how it is different from Visual Studio? So the Blend gives this extra graphical advantage over the development features which are given in Visual Studios, because in Blend you need not write code for everything. It is mostly drag and drop functionality which has been implemented. So Visual Studio, in Visual Studio also you can design your app, but the Blend is far more advanced than the designing features of the Visual Studio. Generally I explain it like this. For any app there is something called a foreground and a background. Whatever you can touch, feel, see and manipulate is the foreground, and whatever happens when you manipulate with the foreground is the background process. Here in our scenario we are using XAML as our foreground tool, and generally you can use VB or C# as our background tool. So you can use the Visual Studio for the code creation, that is you can write the foreground and background codes for it in the Visual Studios, because through code you can implement some things which cannot be implemented in the Blend. Hence the code environment of the Visual Studio is practically coding based and is not as advanced as the Blend. So hence we use it for the coding purpose. Next, to make the app development faster, the SDK provides variety of app templates which help us to fast track our development using their design. For example, if we have some data and we are to feed that data into the app, and that is the only task, then instead of using a blank page and designing the entire app, you can simply use the data bound type template and you can just feed in the data. So some common types of templates that are available are, in general, a basic single page app in which there is only a header file and nothing else. It is a blank app with only a header file given within it, and you have to write the entire code for it. From scratch you have to write everything, and you can develop your app according to your specifications. The next template is Windows Phone Data Bound app. In this app you will have a list view and there will be some list items, and when you click on an item you will be taken to the details page where you will be given the detail of that specific list item. The next template is a Windows Phone pivot app, where you have a pivot and you can select across that pivot by swiping left or right. So in this kind of app, you can arrange your data into sections. For example, if you create a dictionary, you can use the pivot type of template, and you can classify your data as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and so on. So this is the use of the pivot type of. The next type of data template is Windows Phone Panorama application. Look-wise, this application template looks as if you are scrolling on an infinite background. So if you keep on going adding data, the background will keep on enlarging. So it will keep on scrolling according to your data. Like it will be an infinite plane if you have infinite data. Now let's start with our introduction to the XAML. So what is basically XAML layout? As I have already told, XAML is our foreground process in which we define all the visual elements. So basically, let's take an example of the pivot page. As we have already discussed, pivot is a kind of page in which you can select among the two pivot items. For example, in the given image, recipe and ingredients are two items, and you can change among them according to your requirement. Now for example, if you swipe to the left, then you will get the ingredient screen. Here in the recipe screen, you are having a brief image displaying the product and a small introduction about the recipe and the prep time, that is how much time it takes to prepare the product. If you swipe left, then you will get the ingredient tab, on which you will have the entire details of the ingredients and the entire list will be there. So in this way, using a pivot page, you can have n number of columns in a single. For example, for an Indian recipe, you can have a pivot page and you can have all the details like recipe, ingredients, extra notes, footers, etc, etc. You can have all the details in it. So how the code looks like? So the entire red boundary thing is a pivot control. So it is the basic backbone page of the pivot page. Now the thing that is marked in the yellow color is known as the pivot header, and the content that has been marked in the green box are the pivot item controls. The code that has been written here on the left side of the screen is not that of the image, but the code explains how a pivot page actually looks in the code format. So this is the format of code, how it is written, and the diagram displays how the pivot items are placed. Now what is the relation between the XAML and the objects? So in general view, XAML elements are nothing but are the objects in the system.windows.controls namespace. Each of the items on the screen of application shown is a graphical rendering of an object, which means that these are not in exact format as they are looking, but XAML is a part of code which belongs to the system.windows.control namespace, and these refer to an object. The full form of XAML is XML Application Markup Language, which is our basic foreground language that we use for development of app. We can also use HTML5 with JavaScript. Now let's start with styles and themes. So what are styles and what are themes? In general, Windows Phone gives us a choice of different kind of style of fonts and objects that we want to use. We can have them through the database. And themes, Windows Phone can support basically two themes. One is dark and one is light. We will discuss more about these things. in our future slides. So for now, in this slide, it has been demonstrated in the marked region that the foreground and the font size has been explicitly set to white and 12 for both the text block and the text blocks in the stack panel. The text blocks, namely direction text block and prep time text block and prep time text block. So these text block were uh, foreground was described in these text block explicitly. They were set white, light gray and white manually. So sometimes we should keep in mind that when we are explicitly uh, putting some colors into the app, then these colors might not appear the way we want them to appear. For example, in this example, the developer explicitly set the foreground color of the text box explaining the recipe to white. So what happened when the user changed the uh, theme of his phone to dark, then as you can see the entire text got disappeared because the background also became white and white mixed together and the text disappeared. So a developer should keep in mind not to make such kind of mistakes. It is always advised that you use the colors and styles which are already there in the system. So this was about themes. Now let's see how we can implement styles through code and through some other way arounds. So through code you can mention the styles. You can simply bind the styles which are required to the static resources which are already available in the database, so that your app looks good and is in proper uniform flow with the other fonts in the phone. For example, if your fonts are looking different from what the general Windows Phone fonts are, it might look a little awkward. Hence, it is always prescribed to use the standard formats or standard styles and not to go for some extra special styles until or unless it is required or it is necessary. So this can be implemented in the following way also. You can just right click on the text block or wherever you want to change the style, and you can take the cursor to edit style and you can select the style, whatever kind of style you would like to have. You'll get an entire list with a demonstration box next to it, and you can select from variety of style, and it is generally advised to keep your style the simple as possible because it keeps it clutter free. So summing it all up, our principle is be fast and fluid. Life is mobile, keep it simple so that the user gets the data within least time. Delight him with motion. It should be really fast and fluid. Design it for touch, for pleasure, and intuitive interaction should be there, and it should be more responsive and ready, immersive and compelling, and your app will be a great and it will be a huge hit. There is no doubt in it. So follow these principles, and that's all for today. Thank you. This is Pujit Bhargav signing out.